Thanks for joining us for 5 on 5. I'm Joe Sullivan, pleased to be joined today by Medford City Manager Rob Field. Rob, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Pleasure to be here.
Just tell us a little bit about your background for some of the viewers who are not familiar with you.
Okay, so I'm originally from Southern California, until about 3 weeks ago, actually. So I worked in the private sector after college for about 9 years, and then went into the public sector, and I've been in public sector employment for about 25 years. So a blend of private and public, and part of my time was county time, and part of it was city time. And there is a dramatic difference.
How long do you think it'll take you to get up to speed on Medford's needs and wants?
Off to a pretty good start. The staff at the city is outstanding and has been really helpful in bringing me up to speed, going on tours and hearing about what the city's needs are. Also meeting some community leaders at the chamber, for example, and the Downtown Medford Association, all the electeds. I've met the county sheriff. So getting out and meeting people is one of the things that is, I think, a requirement of this occupation. And they've been tremendously helpful in facilitating that, and of course sharing a lot about the city themselves. So it's been a great first 3 weeks, I'll tell you.
Sometimes a new city manager can be cleaning up a mess. You have said that's not the case here. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So it's wonderful to walk into a situation where you've got a group of department directors and their direct reports, and really kind of across the board, city employees who they like each other. They get along well, and the city is well managed. There have been some amazing things done here. My predecessor, Brian Shotun, left the city in a great position. There's so many things, there are so many assets and attributes that the city has. My primary background is in economic development. The things that are here now are hugely beneficial in that respect. So across the board, though, walking in, they couldn't be more welcoming. What
is your vision for downtown Medford?
I think that downtowns are one of the most important things that you can have. It's important to have a thriving and bustling downtown. One of the things that we're going to be working on, focusing on very, very closely, is doing more, bringing more people into downtown to live, to work, to recreate. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do in a downtown, and the more opportunities there are, including places to live, the better.
Anything specific that you can point out?
I would like to see, well, first of all, I would like to see more places for people to live. It would be great. And there's over 1,000 government employees in downtown, and most of them don't walk to work because there isn't a place to live. So I think it starts with providing nice, safe neighborhoods to live in, for starters, which means multifamily. Who knows? I mean, we're going to look at the tenant mix and the ownership mix and see what we can do. But I think a thriving downtown starts with people living there.
Why did you want this job?
Well, I was looking around, and Medford, I've been to Medford, but not looking at it from a potential relocation perspective. Then when the opportunity came up, started doing some research, and it looked like exactly the kind of place that my family and I would like to live in. So for starters, and then the opportunities here to come in and continue the good work that's already been done and make Medford an even better place, really compelling.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and be back with part 2 of our 5 on 5. Stay with us. Welcome back to part 2 of our 5 on 5 with Medford City Manager Rob Field. And Rob, let's talk about some of the projects you're excited about to be working on in your first year as city manager.
Well, a lot of it is continuing things that are already going on. There are some interesting initiatives that we're not quite ready to announce yet, but there are some really compelling things going on here that are in the works, and I can't wait to share them with you, actually. So there's some real opportunities here to make it an even better place. And I think one of the things we're going to focus on a lot is, I think one of the things you can really do to help a community like this is have a diverse economy. We already have a pretty diverse economy here anyway, but I think there's some things we can bring in that'll make it even more so and bring even more opportunities to current and future residents of Medford and the surrounding area.
The city manager reports directly to the city council. How important is that relationship with the city manager and the city council?
It's probably the most important relationship that the city council has, and certainly the most important relationship that the city manager has. And that's another group that's just been so helpful and welcoming. I actually toured the city yesterday with the mayor and one of the members of the city council, and they're making themselves available, sharing a lot of information, their own vision, aspirations for the city. So it couldn't get off to a better start. It's a really good group, really good group.
We've got about a minute left. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
It's kind of hard to put into words exactly how bright I think the future for Medford is. It's a county seat, which is a big deal. It's the biggest city in the Rogue Valley, which is a big deal. I think there are a lot of really interesting things and good reasons for people to want to live here. We even have an airport, and I can't tell you how many cities don't have airports and would love to have one. To have a commercial airport here is just tremendous. So kind of across the board, we have a very bright future here.
All right, well, welcome to Medford. We're glad to have you here.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks for stopping by.
Okay.
All right, stay with us. We'll be back with more local news after this.